Hi, this is Emily of Beauties and Headcanons. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Daniel Poppy, host of How to Write Good here on Public House Media. I just want to thank you for listening to the following broadcast brought to you by Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope that you'll come check out my show, How to Write Good, the writing show that is not about writing. A new show of How to Write Good comes out every Wednesday, so don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of How to Write Good. Again, thanks for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Good morning. If there was a magic wand that could transform your body, what would you change so you could feel more like a confident, gorgeous self? Do you have an answer to that question? Would you want to have a magic wand come along and just like, poof, do something different to you and your body? I would hope that you would recognize this issue. And I am going to flat out tell you that I've had this problem as well. There are so many women out there, like 77% of women have talked about how their body image affects their confidence, impacts their relationships, and moves them in a direction of negativity and self-doubt and down a downward spiral. Today, I want to talk about body image, and I want to help you understand that you are beautiful and strong in the skin that you are in, and that what happens on the inside is a direct reflection of the things that are on the outside. Good morning, my name is Kim Meyer. Welcome to Public House Media. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And this may seem like a little bit of a weird topic today, maybe not, but like hang with me here because I want to talk to you today about confidence, and we talk about confidence all the time. But one of the things that derives a lot of our confidence is the image we have of ourselves. And I just want to point out that God created humankind in his image. He created man and woman as he sees himself. We are created as beings of God, and God creates no mistakes. So if he makes no mistakes and he created you, you are not a mistake. You are here for a reason. You are created the way you're created for a reason. And it is our job as humans to be stewards of this earth, to be stewards of the bodies, the vessels that he's given us of our bodies, and help us all be better because of what the gifts that we've been given. So today I want to talk about body image because if you can't see things clearly, it's going to be a lot harder to do the things that you go down the path that he wants you to go down. So I got a really amazing article from a friend yesterday talking about body image and talking about how we need to pay attention to our bodies and how strong they are, and how when we really are struggling with something, it's probably because our body is trying to tell us something. So I'm just going to read a little bit from this article. These are not my words. I'm literally just reading them from the article. And so this is from a doctor in Iowa City, actually. Her name is Karen, and she has beautiful words here. So I just want to give her credit for one. But two, just listen to this. Have you ever struggled with the relationship of your body? Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I do what I do. I used to be completely disconnected from mine. I thought my mind was the control seat and my body was just my servant. To submit my absolute authority, I ignored it. I pushed it, I abused it, I rejected it, and not knowing what the source of who I was, the answers to all my questions, and the gateway to my freedom of happiness. So true. Our bodies are relentless in figuring out what is wrong and adapting to it. When we put harmful things in our bodies, fake foods, all these things that shouldn't be there, it adapts. It's an amazing thing that adapts and changes itself to compensate for the negative things that we're doing to it, whether it's physically, whether like ingesting something, whether it's physically, on the outside, whatever it is. But when we have to really think about how our mind and bodies are connected and how we can work through that. So continuing with Karen's words, when I began to pay attention, I noticed how my body always told me, unequivocally, without pretense, without holding back, without deception, all that I needed to know about me and my state of health and energy, my emotions and my feelings, about the people and experiences around me. Yes. Right? Keep hanging with me. These are Dr. Karen's words. The anxiety that was overwhelmed from toxic people in my life. Does that speak to you? The fatigue, pushing myself too hard, needing sleep, needing more rest. I hear that loud and clear. The persistent anger, my body's warning that I needed stronger boundaries to stand up for myself and to say no more clearly. The migraines, the joint pain, I had to pay more attention to the food that I was eating. The food, your diet makes such a big difference, people. When you are putting chemicals and you're putting fake things into your body, like I said earlier, your body is adapting and doing different things to compensate what you're doing to it. It is a beautiful vessel that wants you to do well. Its sole purpose is for you to perform well and to give you the life that you want, but you have to take care of it. You have to make sure that you are not only treating your body well, but you're treating your mind well, because your mind and body together create who you are as a human. So continuing with her words, here's the best part of cultivating a relationship with your body. It never lies or judges. I can trust it and I can always be empowered by it. It's the clearest and purest source of wisdom I've ever had. It tells me the truth in ways my mind can't. It also tells stories the things that are getting in my way. They say our bodies are our temples. I get that now, and I see that my clients every day. How their self-care plans lead to renewed energy and happiness, but also unexpected insights and understandings about their deepest selves. How a new food plan and better sleep can unlock such potential. Yes! Somebody else gets it, right? They start talking about your body as your temple. Start talking about yourself as the image of God. Start talking about yourself as this perfect being that God's put here and created for you to go forward and move and do things differently in this world. Dr. Karen is she's in Iowa City, so if you want her contact information, great. But thank you, Susan, for sharing that article with me and talking about body image today. I want to talk to you about how God created you for a purpose, and He's created you in His likeness, and we are created in His image. So when you're saying things like, I wish I had a smaller butt, I wish I had a smaller nose, I wish I had a flatter stomach, I wish I had blah, 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 or I did a post yesterday about this. When you're saying those kinds of things, you're not only kind of dissing on God, but you're also not cherishing the thing that God created. And there's a difference between, wanting to take care of yourself and, strengthening your body and, taking and losing the weight that is holding you back confidence-wise and physically from doing the things that you want to do. And there's a difference in body shaming. Do you understand the difference? I hope so, because I can stand in front of the mirror with a six-pack and toned legs and whatever, and still hate my body. I could be the epitome of the physical physique, and still in my head think I'm not good enough. Your mind and body you can work on your body, you can work on the outside all you want, you can dye your hair, you can do your makeup, you can chisel your muscles, but if you're not working on the inside as well, and you don't believe in your heart that you are amazing, that you are worth the effort, that you are beautiful from the inside out, the outside doesn't matter, because the outside will always reflect on what's happening on the inside. I've had clients and friends who have, done all the hard work. They've stayed disciplined to the nutrition. They've stayed disciplined to the fitness, and they get to their goal weight, or they start to get happy where they are, but they're not really happy because they haven't changed anything on the inside. So then all of a sudden those habits that they've created go away because they don't believe that they are worth the effort. That's the sad part, when we don't strengthen our mind as we strengthen our bodies. And I want to give you 5 ways to kind of deal with some of those body image issues today, and really talk about how you can improve your life from the inside out, because your outside is a direct reflection of your inside. And when I am working on myself the most, it's when I'm working on my mindset, when I'm working on my belief that I am worth it. I am working on the fact that believing that I am beautiful on the inside. How many of you ever seen the movie Shallow Hal? Do you remember that movie? It's an old movie, but if you remember that movie at all, Shallow Hal, he has some spell put on him or whatever, that he sees his girlfriend as this like Gwyneth Paltrow, I think that's who it was, and but actually she's some made big obese woman, but he visualizes her, he sees her as this skinny model girl. That's what beauty is to him, until he finally realizes that it's her personality. It's obviously that's a movie, but so many times we kind of live in shallow hell's world. We don't see ourselves as we are. I mean, I can stand in the mirror, at my leanest and still have something to pick apart. And that's super sad. And I see that with my clients as well. Nothing's good enough because they haven't changed their heart. They haven't changed their mindset. So today I want to give you 5 tips, 5 ways to deal with body image, 5 things that have helped me kind of get rid of that mean girl, get rid of that feeling of not enough, and really focus on being a positive light for what God's created and be in gratitude for the things that He's given us. So when you were working on the inside, you're going to impact the outside. And when you impact the outside, you impact the life around you. So number 1, gratitude for what it is and what works. If you are grateful for your body and what it is, if you are grateful for your body and how it functions and how it works, that you can get down and play with your kids, that you can get up and walk around, that you can do your job, that you can do whatever, even in the most unhealthy place of your life, something is working for you. So even if you can't do the things that you're wanting to do yet, you can appreciate where you're at. The fact that you can breathe is living proof that you are in a good place, right? You're not 6 feet under. You can keep going. So spend your time every day focusing your awareness on what you love about your body, changing the mindset, changing the heart around who you are, and the rest of it will go through. I started this journey because I felt uncomfortable. I started this health and fitness journey because I was ashamed of where I had gotten myself. But when I started to love myself, that's when it shifted from getting fit to lose the weight to getting fit to because I love myself. There's a difference. So everyone kind of starts at one end of the spectrum, and hopefully throughout the way you switch over to the other end of the spectrum so that you can maintain it. Because if you don't switch to I'm working out because I love my body, it's always going to come back. Like, you can't maintain things with a losing mindset all the time. Does that make sense at all? I hope so. The second thing you need to do is listen to your body. Your body wants to be stretched. It wants to be moved. It wants to be exercised. It wants to be nourished. It wants to be touched. It wants to feel good. It wants to, have energy. It wants to function at its best. And the best way that you can do that is help it feel good. There are a number of ways of brain manufactures feel-good neurotransmitters. One was chemical messages from the brain and the body. So one way is to achieve a feel-good state is by eating good food, which is high in fat and less sugar. Sometimes high sugars, like, remember how kids just bounce off the walls when they have lots of sugar? The other ways include exercise, meditation, breathing, and healthy eating. So before you skip exercise in lieu of a triple mocha, pay attention to what your body needs. Pay attention to what makes your body feel good. And you may discover a craving for energy in the form of exercise or whole foods. I know that when I have gotten rid of the junk in my life, and then I go back to it, I feel like crap. Like, my body's just like, whoa, what the heck was that, right? So make sure that you are experimenting with this. Get active. See how your body feels after a few days. Start eating better. Clean out the toxins in your body and feel good about who you are and where you're going. The third thing you need to do, or you can continue to work on to improve your body image, is to rewire your brain. And that sounds kind of complicated, but it's actually something super simple that you can do every day. Whether it's listening to podcasts like this, whether it's reading a good book, whether it's devouring some scripture every day, getting connected through something, you can rewire your brain through the thoughts and neural pathways by putting new information in there. So if you're thinking, I'm fat, I'm ugly every single day, those are the pathways, those are the things that are going to become super strong in there. Every muscle you work gets stronger. So if you're flexing the negativity muscle in your brain, that's what's going to get stronger, and that's what you're going to see more of, and that's what's going to keep going. But if you're instead creating new pathways with messages of self-love and kindness instead of self-rejection, you're going to start strengthening the positive muscles in your life. And the negative thinking is going to start to go away, and you're going to start to believing things like, I'm strong, I am beautiful, I am confident, I can do many things, right? And when you can do that, when you can rewire your brain, everything else flows from it, because what you focus on, you create more of. And as you are moving in a more positive direction, you're going to find more positivity in your life. You're going to feel better, you're going to have more energy, and it's just going to be an amazing thing. So rewire your brain think positively about who you want to be or who you are. Love the skin that you're in, exactly where you're at. Be grateful for the things that are around you. And number 4 is reevaluate your self-worth. We nourish our bodies as a lot as we do with our self-worth. So until you feel worthy of feeling your best, you will constantly undermine your own efforts to achieve at the end. So the easy thing to do is maybe meditate. You can practice to help your own self-worth. You can just sit in a quiet place with your eyes closed, and as you inhale, say, I am worthy, and as you exhale, you say, of my desires. I am worthy as of my desires. Over time, in just 5 minutes, or even if you're just driving down the road, like you don't have to sit and meditate in like a super quiet spot. Like you don't have to find 5 extra minutes in your day. I'm a busy mom too. I get it. Maybe as you're driving to work, or you are, you're going to get the kids, or you drop the kids off from at daycare and you're going to work. Like those are different times of the day, or even just sitting at your desk at work. You can inhale, exhale. I am worthy of my desires, or I am positive and uplifting. I appreciate everything that God's given me. You can come up with your own affirmations and whatever it is that you want to rewire your brain with and repeat them over and over again. You can put alarms on your phone. You can put little notes around the house that whenever you see them, it gives you a clue of something that you have. If you have something in your pocket, that you put your hands in your pockets. If you are somebody that has maybe a notebook or a screensaver on that you're going to see often, any little reminder to you that you can trigger what you're doing to rewire the brain and to reevaluate your self-worth to help yourself believe that you are worth so much more. And the 5th and final thing that you can do to help deal with some body image issues is to listen to your own information. Our minds are filled with thoughts and beliefs and values of all the people who influence our lives. So, having a strong sense of self comes from tuning out the other voices of everyone else and listening to your own information, your own intuition, and your own needs and desires. No one else can live your life for you, and no one else should be making decisions for you except yourself. So, there's difference between letting other people live your life and using other people's influences to guide your life. So make sure that you're kind of going through the differences. But it's about doing what feels authentic to you and letting go of the need to let everyone else's approval. Now, there's value in having a few people in your life that you rely on. If you're married, making joint decisions is a powerful thing. It's something that you should be working on. But you don't have to prove anything to anybody else. The only person that you have to prove anything to is yourself. So if you're wanting to start a new health fitness routine, if you're wanting to make changes in your life for the better, if you're wanting to just create a new healthy habit, you are the only one that you need to be held accountable to. You are the only one that you're in competition with. You're the only one that you compare yourself with, because when you compare yourself to other people, you let too many other influences in, you're going to start getting lost in their world and not being a part of your own. So you are created in God's image. He created himself. He is a perfect being. He created you in his image. He makes no mistakes. Honor the temple that God's given you. Start believing in yourself that you are worth it. Rewire that brain to think about all the positive things in your life and listen to your body. It's going to tell you everything that you need it to tell you, and recognize the stresses, recognize the things that are how they're making you feel, and what you can do differently to respond in a positive way, to honor the body that God's given you, to be a good steward of it and the life that you've been given. And move in a way that is going to get you going to your goals and where God wants you to go, versus just getting caught up in the rat race of life and serving everyone else's needs before your own. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is exactly that, taking care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And I would love to help support you in that journey. If you are ever in need of wanting to move forward with a health and fitness, if you're ever wanting to improve your nutrition, or just work on your body image issues as it is, I would love for you to join me. Message me at choosetoriseup@gmail.com. Connect with me in some sort of way. I just want to support you and love on you and pray for you, and help you know that you are loved, you are worth it, you are beautiful, you are strong, you are capable, and that you can start to rewire your brain to believe those things about yourself and not just listen to me and tell you about it. So I hope today that this is helpful, that it's going to help you be grateful and have gratitude for who you are and who God's made you to be. and that you come back again on Friday to Public House Media as we talk more about this uplifting content and moving forward in a way. So tomorrow I'll be on. Thursday is Choose to Rise. Come watch the live video there. Friday will be again on Public House Media here on the Facebook page. And thank you so much for listening if you're in the podcast form. I love and appreciate all of my listeners, and I so appreciate hearing from each and every one of you that sends me messages. It just fills my heart, and I love and thank you so much to Susan, who shared the topic for today, and just using it in a way to spread love and positivity. So thank you so much again for joining. I hope to see you again here later. Come back to Public House Media later today. There are awesome shows all throughout the day, all throughout the week. So make sure you come back and check out the rest of them. And that you come back again and hit share, like, love on Choose to Rise, and come back and for more uplifting content. Thanks again for joining, and I will talk to you all later.